We are conditioned to treat tomorrow as a prophecy waiting to be decoded. But this piece ignores the impulse to predict, looking instead at the exact moment where all converging forces meet. 2099 by Saloon is a chronological map constructed entirely out of sound. The goal is not to outline fixed events. It operates as a structured reflection, tracking how the relationship between human identity and technological intelligence is shifting over time. What feels like the distant future is already pulsing through the structures of today. By stepping away from cinematic drama, the experience forces a deeper kind of listening, asking you to navigate this timeline from a place of intense, quiet stillness. The structure traces a single line, stepping decade by decade from 2025 to 2099. These dates do not represent inevitable destinations. They mark a trajectory, a direction of movement drawn directly from patterns that are already visible in the world. The velocity is increasing. We are standing inside an unstable exponential curve driven by artificial systems. Because of this momentum, projections that feel distant right now can accelerate without warning, change course entirely, or collapse. Surviving this curve requires more than new wiring. It demands a shift in how we relate to ourselves. Engaging with this timeline is an exercise in orientation, allowing you to recognize your own coordinates within a shift that is accelerating rapidly. To look directly at such a volatile acceleration, the project refuses to use the language of panic, creating instead a steady state where perception remains clear. This is why the composition uses the architecture of the chant. It acts as a container for the movement, holding the meaning steady so the listener is never overwhelmed by the emotional noise. The voices move through alternating layers of Mandarin and English, two distinct ways of perceiving the same motion, arriving from different directions to meet at a single, unified point. The entire work is built within a coordinated human and non-human intelligence framework. This is not a process of replacement, but a quiet coordination where the system extends the space for human intent to develop. The movement ultimately arrives at 2099. The state is not a conclusion. It is the point where the spiral turns, and distinctions separating system, machine, and biology begin to fade. What remains in that space defies old definitions. The final convergence is a recognition of deep alignment, sung by voices that are neither strictly flesh nor wire. When you reach the end, do not look for a final answer. The future remains unwritten. The only question is how consciously you are standing within the trajectory that is moving beneath your feet right now. Listen to Arlene Jojonian in the year 2099 and recognize the direction.